Hey, how you doing? I'm Paul Perry. Welcome. I'm going to read from my book, My Neighbor the Skinny, and I'm going to read moment number 2, okay? Which is called A Dip in the Pool, and it happened during the summer of 2002. Alright? And I hope you enjoy this. I was invited to a party at the old house where the Skinny's ex lived with their 4 kids, to whom I was still a stranger. It was a big house and had a lovely garden with a nice swimming pool. And being a hot Buenos Aires summer, the pool really called to me, especially after a few beers. I stood around talking to some of the guests while slowly making my way towards the large doors which led to the garden. When I thought nobody was looking, I opened the door and stepped outside into the garden. I pulled out a pack of smokes and lit a cigarette, thinking about how cool it was to be hanging out at a rock star's house. I had attended one of his concerts a few weeks earlier and caught a minute glimpse of his grandeur. I finished my smoke and suddenly got an impulse to take a dip in the pool. Thus, I proceeded to take off my shorts, my t-shirt, and sneakers as quickly as I could, all the while checking to see nobody was around or looking. Like a missile, I dove into the pool and swam underwater to the other side, feeling a cold rush throughout my entire body that produced a sense of euphoria. I lifted my head out of the water and looked around. I saw no one about and submerged once again to commence my underwater journey back to the other side, where my clothes awaited. Impressed by my aquatic achievement, I reached the other side, but when I lifted my head out of the water, I noticed a little blue-eyed girl standing by the edge of the pool, her face looking very upset. ¿Quién te dijo que podías meterte en nuestra pileta? The little girl shouted. I was startled and quickly embarrassed, for the truth was, nobody had given me permission to enter the pool. ¿Eh? ¿Quién te dio permiso para meterte en mi piscina? She shouted once again. Soy amigo de tu papá, I uttered, getting out of the water and going quickly for my clothes. I dried off as best I could and walked into the house as the little girl followed behind. Le voy a decir a mi papá, le voy a decir a mi papá, she threatened. I headed into the living room as she went into the kitchen where the Skinny stood talking to someone. Meanwhile, I spotted Jordell in the room where some young rapper kids sat on a large couch playing video games on a big screen TV. I spotted a bottle of beer and took a quick swig as I proceeded to tell Jordell what had happened in the garden. Suddenly, Louis entered the room with his daughter by the hand. She looked at me and pointed. Ese es el que estaba en la pileta, she shouted, as I looked to the sides, acting confused, then turned to the Skinny. Ah, ese es un amigo yankee de papá. Está todo bien, he said, walking over to me. Jordell was laughing as Louis looked at me with his warm eyes and smiled. Don't worry, buddy. She didn't know you. This is my daughter, Vera, he said. Nice to meet you, Vera, I replied, hoping she'd crack a smile. Do you need a towel? The Skinny asked, and I suddenly felt much more relaxed. Alright, that was it. That was moment number 2. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit like, and I'd be glad to read some more. Ciao for now.